us peace tonight. Flow from me to you. Words of purest light, crystals in your gaze, to remind our hearts we open in your name. And when we start to fall, and when we lose the call, there's nothing more to do than call on you, love and gratitude. And when we start to fall, and when we lose the call, there's nothing more to do than call on you. When we forget to see our soul's deep mystery, there's nothing more to do than call on you, love and gratitude, love and gratitude.
So we only use 10% of
Love and gratitude, golden flower in bloom, bring us peace tonight, flow from me to you. Words of purest light, crystals in your gaze,
we find our nation on a precipice, true tipping point. Is this the moment that will finally change our country? Trying to rain on the thunder. Tell the storm I'm new. I'ma rain on this little love. Tell the sweet I'm new.
It's not a broken system. It was built to function exactly as it is.
We must respond with bold action.
This is our country too. We can build new systems that do what they should.
I'm a walk, I'm a march on the regular.
We are united. We are standing.
Follow away.
And we are going to fight this fight.
Freedom, I can't move. Freedom, cut me loose. I break chains all by myself.
There is something happening across this country.
When we work and when we fight and when we march and when we speak up and when we offer solutions, we win.
I'ma keep running cause the winner don't quit on themselves.
It's always the right time to celebrate women and black women in particular.
It is an opportunity to show the nation and the world that we will act. It has been an inspiration.
You have the choice, and it is that choice that gives you power.
Vote. Vote like your life depends on it, because it does.
That is what we need next. Action.
Hi everyone, I'm Sister Jenna. Welcome to our special Zoom meditation segments. Look, it's no joke. Things are kind of weird. It's just weird. Pandemics, protests, job insecurity, global pause. Everyone's numb, but also everyone's searching. And they might be searching on this little gadget of Zoom in a little box. People from all over the world who don't know each other are coming together in Zoom rooms to figure out who they are, why they're here, and how to meditate. Meditation is something that we've often thought that if we make our minds empty, we've meditated. I don't believe that. I think it's important that we learn how to channel our thoughts in a right way that are connected to our vision, our goal, our spiritual attainments, our mental capacity. Then you're really meditating. Hello, dear ones. Welcome to your spiritual vaccine, our time together on the couch to simply reconnect after a long day, to revitalize the soul, to refresh the soul, to connect to our community, our intimate community, to find out how we're doing, what's been new, how the day went, things like that. To offer a cure for the soul, a cure for the soul to feel like it can deal with any challenge that might come to it. It's the spiritual vaccine that, despite whether we find a real vaccine for the COVID or not, mentally and emotionally and spiritually we'll be okay. A few days ago I was talking to a friend of mine. Why do we go to psychics or astrologers or numerologists to ask them about what do you see in the future? You know, that we do sense there's something preordained. And it doesn't matter if you think you've been a good person or a bad person. There are things that are just recorded to happen. You know, how many times we used to sit in a movie seat in front at a theater, and you would be watching the movie and you'd be begging that girl, do not open that door, do not go down that door. And she does. And usually something comes out of it and you're like, why did she go to that door? And you're like, wow, it's just destiny. Things are preordained. And then what's the role of God here? You know, if everything is preordained, do I need God? It's just a food for thought. If everything is fixed, then why do I think that I have to try? If stuff's going to happen to me despite if I'm good or bad, then why do I even think about being good? Well, My answer to that is everything is an energy. And because you and I don't necessarily have the wherewithal to look 5, 10 years down the line and see completely in detail what's going to happen, it's through your meditation and connection to the divine that can help you to at least see to some sort of immediate future. The clearer you are as a soul, in which what I'm trying to say is the more you're kind of at peace with yourself and there aren't a lot of obstacles interfering in your thought wave process, then let's say if I'm sitting here with you in peace, no stress, mind is clear, heart is opened and loving, and there's such a stillness and a quietude in my nature, then it'll be natural for me that I can pick up somewhere down the way something might be coming. You know, like how, what was it, with the tsunamis, or what was that thing? Was it the tsunami, Santosh, where the animals knew it was going to come and they all went to high roads. They went up to the mountains to protect themselves. It was a tsunami. They went to higher grounds. Because their inner world is so quiet, they could sense the rumbling of the earth, the rumbling of the seas, and they would go to where the protection would be. Believe it or not, and I believe this. Am I there? No. Will I get there? You better believe it. I better. But that I believe that if we're really in tune and we are deeply present with our being, then we can sense the future. And it's not about changing it as such, but you can sense it. So there's a sense of a preparation. And I feel that's why our connection to God, our relationship to God, our commitment in service to bring the fragrance and the energy of God is so important that I sense that if we really have this energy of the divine more in our nature, then we can sense things. We can sense them not only for our own lives, but we can also sense it for those around us that we care for, or even when a friend is in distress, we can know what they need. There are people in the world today that have certain gifts. You can go in front of them. They can pick up your vibration. My friend Carolyn Mace, a medical intuitive, the minute you go in front of her, or you think, or she thinks of you, she can sense and tell you this is what's wrong. It's a mental, subtle connection. If a butterfly can flap their wings on one island, which is a research that was done called the butterfly effect, there's a story which I love. I might not be able to tell you the story in detail, but there are butterflies who are flapping their wings in a particular way on one island, and the vibration of their actions spread to another island that the other butterflies automatically started to do the same. So that means if you and I have the ability to be in deep, deep connection and resonance with ourselves, and we can sense things. Can you imagine if you and I become filled with the embodiment of God's love, God's peace, God's purity, God's wisdom, God's joy? The kind of an impact and the effect that would have throughout our humanity? I ask you to give that some thought. How many of us in the world right now, with all the chaos that's going on, are talking about this energy of God and the Supreme? Did you wake up this morning and say good morning to Baba? Baba, good morning. It's so good to have another day to breathe, to give me another chance to figure out who you've made me into and how far have I moved away from that vision that you've held of me. When I came to the Brahma Kumaris and Sister Gita, who's my mother, I was about 17 when she came, and the first picture she put up in our home was a picture of light, and I don't know if Santosh can put that up in the picture, but there was a picture she had of just this energy of light, and she said to me, Jen, This is God. And you know, I have always had a very interesting relationship with my mother. But I just looked at her that time and I said, yeah, I'll accept that. Yeah, that's God. You got my vote. And what she was actually trying to articulate, you can leave that up, it's so refreshing. What she was actually trying to articulate is this energy of the divine, the energy of the supreme, has been etched in every single soul throughout time. And the energy of that soul, etched in every being, was 100% completely rich with goodness, love, peace, purity, truth, joy. At the time, of course, she didn't have the language because she was still pretty rooted in her concept of religion. So she still looked at God in religious ways, and now it's definitely more of a spiritual relationship, which is different than the dogma of scriptures and books and religious leaders and religiosity and rituals and these things. But when I had my personal experience of that light energy that you're seeing on the screen, I was in India. I'm sitting on the floor. Here's a room of about 2,500 of us in the room. There was 2 young girls next to me, and they obviously saw that I was extremely uncomfortable. There was just something in my spirit that knew this moment in time for me would change my life forever. And as I sat there on the floor with the intention and the interpretation in my consciousness, I'm about to have a meeting with God, and I know it. I remembered the instrument, the yogi that came on the stage, Daddy Gulzar. I don't know if we have a picture of her, but Daddy Gulzar was this incredible sister who just walked as an embodiment of silence. She was just still. And she sat on the stage, everyone, and everything that I did against my truth was coming up. And this was without any effort. It was like I was being punished or I was settling accounts. It was so weird. It was like it was being flipped in front of me like. And whether it was the amount of times I used to sneak out of the house and go playing around and go hang out with the boys, or it was decisions that I make that weren't very honorable. Maybe times when I wasn't very honest. Those thoughts were coming up, and those scenes connected to the people and the things, and my head was reaching a point that I was like about to pop. And then the moment Daddy Gulzar sat, went into meditation, and remembered the energy of the Supreme, you always hear me call God Baba, and she opened her eyes and just stayed there in quietude. I don't know what happened, but I, Jenna, was going to get up from that floor and get out of that building because I couldn't deal with the energy of the, I guess you could call it repentance. And I'm not saying that in a religious way. It was just repentance, like all these things I chose to do against my truth. And I was feeling it. And as I got up, I was about to get up, Daddy just opened her eyes, and through her eyes came the warmest ray of light that had so much love. And as I just fell down, this energy just cleared out my space, and I just go, what is that? And my eyes just stayed focused on the energy that was being transmitted through Daddy's eyes. And it was at that moment I realized God does not have any problem with the choices you made. But what the energy of the divine wanted of me through his teachings and through his knowledge is for me to find the courage and the honesty to let go of my past. So I can actually give room to the space of that love and sweetness and kindness to flow through. Everyone, when that experience happened to me on the mountaintop, for 3 days I was beyond the role of Jenna. And when I went back to Florida and settled down, I was Sister Jenna. Something just changed in me so deep. I now understand when people say they had an awakening, it was a rebirth, they're born again. I go, yes, something in here changes. And from that point, that light that you're seeing on the screen is the energy of divinity that belongs to every single one of us. But we have replaced this energy of the Supreme with our husbands, our wives, our children, our in-laws, our friends, our family, strangers, people who have hurt us, celebrities, leaders, people who we think are more important than this energy. We have given those people and those relationships so much power that this energy isn't getting much of our thinking anymore. Now imagine, and this is something I'm thinking for myself too, and that's what I love about my spiritual practice with the Brahma Kumaris. I know that the soul that's sitting in this body isn't a new soul. It means I don't think I've just been here only one time. I'm pretty sure. I've been here for many times. And that means the soul is carrying the recordings of many of his experiences of many lifetimes. But now it's at a point that it feels like, but I want to go home to this one. I'm ready to go home to this one. I've had so much fun on earth, but I want to go home to Baba. So what do I do to get back? And so the tool is clean out the memory, let go of the past. Everything that has happened to you is accurate. There's no mistakes. It was supposed to be. But right now, this present moment in your life is offering you an opportunity to absolutely let go. Hold on to the one above and feel how much you're protected by this divine energy and this divine love. This meditation that I'd like to play for us to seep into a beautiful experience of how God becomes our divine protector. I want to offer this to you. So before we go into it, please make sure you're sitting comfortably. Please make sure the space is quiet. I feel pretty confident that a part of you just needs to surrender and to be opened to the thought, I know I'm worthy to be loved unconditionally and purely by the one above. And this moment, and at this exact time, is when I give myself permission to be loved by God. So enjoy this meditation as I sit with you, and let's rekindle and relive and amplify this relationship with the Supreme.
Om Shanti. Divine protection. First of all, I count my blessings and I appreciate my good fortune. I recall all the positive karma created over the years, all the time given to others freely and from the heart. When listening to the stories of sorrow, I have tried to heal their hurts with love, compassion, and understanding. I remember all the wealth of my good intentions for everyone and the world. I love everyone. I have no animosity for anyone. And I hold no grudges or hurts. I am without any judgment or expectations of others. I accept everyone as they are. I forgive and let go of the past. I am clean and clear from inside. I stay in my power and my love. I live fully in my self-respect. I'm secure in the truth of being ever powerful. I have everything I need. Everything is right here inside of me. I'm a master almighty authority. I walk in the footsteps of the Father, and God is always at my side as my guide. I know that I'm being protected by the powerful, mighty light of the Supreme. I am embraced by the crystal clear light of my good karma, good wishes, and good intentions. This creates a pyramid-shaped shelter above me, and God's love and light energizes this shield of protection. On all three sides, my good karma, good wishes, and good intentions form the powerful shape of the pyramid. These power beams form a protective shield for me. I simply stand under this radiant and protective light. I am soothed, I am safe, and I am comforted. I always remember to stay under this light, under this pyramid. Nothing can touch my aura under this light. I know that I'm blessed, and I'm fortunate in being protected by the light of God. It is the powerful light of the divine that will in fact bring the ultimate healing light for the world. I am in bliss and joy, like a child that is totally in the hands of their mother and father. Whilst having love and benevolent feelings for the world, I have no worries, and I'm totally carefree. I know my eternal nature. I'm safe and at home with the One. This powerful silence and purity of the home energizes me. This is where I want to stay. I remain in this radiant, powerful light. I am at peace as I bathe in God's light. I rest here for a while with the pure energy of the Supreme, filling myself up as much as possible. I am at peace. My heart is calm and my mind is cool. I feel recharged and I'm comforted by this time travel of the mind. My heart is filled with love and I'm overflowing with love. As I return to the world, I retain this awareness of being the detached observer. The world of light is my home. And here in the physical world, I understand that I'm just playing a part in this costume of the body. I enjoy the ride as I play the game in the drama of life. I know that the Father is always with me. I know that I'm not alone. And I know that I'm safe and secure. I know that I'm blessed and divinely protected. Om Shanti.
When the soul has accumulated this experience of Baba. More often than it has experiences of what my husband did or should have done or didn't do, or the way my wife is, or my teenager, or my in-law, the way the government is being ran. If we can replace those thoughts with these thoughts, the thought of the soul connecting to the Supreme and remembering the original value and quality of the soul, to feel that you're not only protected, but you're not alone. It is a soul connection. And it's like I was saying, how there's some people that you can just go in front and they can sense and know who you are. It's that they've been living more from the portal of the soul, so they can sense things at a different level. I was raised with so many yogis that have that ability. I wouldn't say a word. I'd just go in front of them and they would say, "Jen, I know what's going on." And at times I didn't like it, because why are you all up in my business? But 99% of the times it was valuable, because, you know, I'm young. I'm thinking about my career and education and thinking so much about the future of the I, me, and the mind, that these yogis would kind of pull you back and just say, remember what's important. Your peace of mind is important. Your purity of heart is important. The way you treat people is important. It's your happiness that's important. It doesn't have anything to do with the outside. Let your internal happiness and purity attract the outside, so that when the outside comes, whether it's a house, a husband, a car, you know, whatever it might be, because it comes from the purity of your inner being, it can be sustained for a longer period of time. Nothing made up of the 5 elements will stay with you forever. It's not the law of the universe. But love will stay with you forever. Peace will stay with you forever. Purity will stay with you forever, even if it's not at 100%. It stays in your personality, and that's why we have a conscience. And when the soul has this experience of remembering the subtlety of its existence, remembering what the purity of consciousness feels like, when it goes against that, the conscience will bite. And that's one of the major benefits of meditation. It sharpens up your conscience. And how you know it's sharp is that your ability to identify where you're going wrong will start with just one thought. It doesn't have to physically prove to you in a negative way that what you've been thinking and doing was against your natural nature of the soul. But when you meditate on a day-to-day basis, on a consistent basis, in a disciplined way, then when that one waste thought comes to you, Baba will signal. It's like your purity of your conscience will be like, why did you do that? Oh no, you don't have to think that. That's not who you are. That's not where you're going. You can instantly know this thought is not a good one. This is not a thought I want to pray on. You know, they say every thought is a prayer. I don't want all my thoughts to be a prayer, because I don't want them to come true. But yet there's some that do. And many times you and I don't remember what are some thoughts that we've had that might not necessarily have been the best. But we blame people. They should have done that. Well, this shouldn't happen to me. But look at how they're acting. Why don't the bad people suffer? Why is it that the good people get things? What, you think you always were good and a saint? You don't know what you were up to 5-10 lives ago. You might have been naughty and got away with it, but the energy of the conscience of that act is still sitting somewhere in the soul. And the soul says, you still have to sort this out. because somehow the purity of your energy, I need it to be used somewhere else. So I'm going to somehow collect a little bit of taxes from this area, but then you can carry on with the rest of whatever you have to do. This is like a universal law. This has nothing even to do with God. God's energy is just going to be there like the sun. Just take as much light as you want into your system and use that light for good. Once there's a lot of light in your personality, it's like you can see where you're going. But once the switch is off and all you're thinking about, your husband, your wife, your mother, your father, your sister, your auntie, your uncle, your kids, the government, the president. And when you think about each of those people, the vibrations that they carry enter into your vibrational field because you're picking up their energy. That's why whenever we have meditation or remember God, the vibration of love, peace, silence, purity, it starts to enter into our system, and we start to become like God's children. Watch this video by Daddy Janky. It's in Hindi, but there's English subtitles. If you've been following the show for quite a number of months, you'd have seen some of Daddy Janky's videos, who was my spiritual mentor, who passed away in March at 104 years old in India. And of course, because of the pandemic, we couldn't go to see her, but we saw her. We saw her. And it was fine. So enjoy this, and then after that, another meditation on the supreme power and the supreme energy. And after that, I want to hear what you're experiencing. Take a deep breath.
जब गॉड कहते हैं तो सबकी बुद्धि ऊपर चली जाती है। ईश्वर अल्लाह गॉड एक है, सर्व आत्माओं का पिता एक है, सर्व का दुख हरता शांति दाता एक है, ज्ञान का सागर, फिर प्यार का सागर, शांति का सागर, आनंद का सागर, पतित पावन एक परमात्मा है। उसको इन आँखों से देखा नहीं जा सकता, इस बुद्धि से जाना नहीं जा सकता। उसको देखने और जानने के लिए अंतर्मन की आँख खुले, अंतर बुद्धि शुद्ध हो जाए, दिव्य हो जाए, तो जाने। देखना और जानना दोनों ज़रूरी है। फिर पहचानेंगे वो कौन है, कैसा है, क्या करता है, क्या कराता है, तो अपने अनुभव से कहेंगे। हम भी भगवान को बहुत ढूंढती थी। कोई कहे ईश्वर है ही नहीं, कोई कहे मैं ईश्वर हूँ, कोई कहे तो ईश्वर है, पर कहाँ है, कैसा है, उसका नाम, रूप, देश, काल, कर्तव्य क्या है, वो अभी समय आया। कलयुग की अंत और सतयुग आ रहा है, नाटक पूरा हुआ है। ये सतयुग से कलयुग का नाटक चक्कर पूरा हुआ है। अभी अंतिम घड़ियाँ हैं। सर्व आत्माएं ऊपर से नीचे आ गई है। धर्म गिलानी, पाप, भ्रष्टाचार दुनिया में इतना बढ़ गया है, जो सच का नाम भी निशान न रहा है। धर्म सत्ता चाहे राज्य सत्ता, दोनों में अंदर से सुख शांति का जो जैसे कहे दिवाला हो गया है। ऐसे टाइम में प्यारा परमात्मा बाप कैसे ब्रह्मा बाबा के तन द्वारा प्रवेश हो, हम आत्माओं को अपना परिचय दे करके हम आत्मा है, हम चक्कर में पाठ बजा के पूरा किया है। हे आत्मा परमात्मा बाप पतित पावन, ज्ञान का सागर, शांति का सागर, प्रेम का सागर, तुमको पावन बना करके घर का रास्ता बता रहा है। परमात्मा बाप कहे, बच्चे मैं तो सदा परम धाम में रहने वाला हूँ। तो आगे बाप कौन, हम कहाँ से आए हैं, कहाँ जाना है, सब भूले हुए थे। अभी प्यारे परमात्मा बाप ने जो हमारे भारत के अंदर भगवान, ईश्वर, प्रभु तीन रूप से कहते हैं। ईश्वर तेरी गत मत न्यारी, भगवान तू तो भाग्य विधाता है, प्रभु तेरी लीला परम पार है। तो उसको जानने से अनुभव होता है कि वो परमात्मा एक इस समय अंधकार को मिटाना और फिर से रोशनी लाना, ये उसका काम है। ज्ञान अंजन सतगुरु दिया, अज्ञान अंधेर विनाश। तो परमात्मा ने हमारा तीसरा नेत्र ज्ञान का खोला, त्रिकालदर्शी बनाया। अभी कहता है तीनों लोकों के मालिक हो। स्थूल दुनिया के अभी समझो दुख धाम से, दुनिया से छूट करके शांति धाम में चल के सुख धाम में आना है ना। इसलिए एक मेरे के याद में रहो। दूसरा, श्रेष्ठ कर्म का खाता इतना जमा करो तो तुम मेरे बच्चे बाप से स्वर्ग की राजई का वर्षा लेंगे ना।
As my spirit becomes free from worldly connections, I open myself to the awareness of the divine. I connect with the divine in my own way. I am silent and still before God. I surrender my spirit to the divine. God understands me. And loves me. with unconditional love. God looks upon me with love only. God knows the beginning, the middle, and the end of me. I accept God's divine love, and together we become love. I am a child of love. I belong to the divine. I rest in the stillness of God's love. And I am bathed in peace and loving acceptance. With this love, I experience pure contentment. I release the pain of unsatisfied desires and complicated relationships, and I surrender to the beauty of God's loving acceptance of me. Together, combined in love, we radiate love to the people in my life. I send out heartfelt feelings of loving acceptance and appreciation to my family, to my friends, to my colleagues, I reach out to their hearts with pure love. I send them God's gift of pure love and support. My heart is overflowing with love.
The Supreme Soul, the remover of sorrow, bestower of happiness. That's what we felt today. Suzanne, thank you. I'm so glad you enjoyed today. I was just looking at your comment, and Bimla, Geeta, Asmita. I too enjoyed tonight. We haven't done a lot of sessions on God or on the Supreme Soul, and I think we should, because I know that, we're showing up with the love of God every night with our spiritual vaccine hour, but to just be very specific on focusing on Baba, I think tonight was extremely soul refreshing, to say the least. So here's wishing all of you continued experiences of purity, peace, insight, here's wishing you the ability to recognize that instead of thinking of the people that have given you sorrow or pain or haven't given you what you thought you deserved, channel that energy to Baba. Take it all in. Take it all in. Fill yourself so that you run it over with the powers that are needed, especially in these times. So, lots of pure feelings and good wishes tonight. And thank you for joining us this evening. It was sweet. It was sweet. All right. So, let me see your comments. Would you like me to share? Let me hear what everyone is saying. Devyani, nice to have you. Welcome. Really nice. There was this track titled Remember Me. I've been trying to find it but couldn't. I think the Remember Me is on the Meditation Museum YouTube. I think you can find it here if you look for it. It's pretty far down. So Praveen Bhai, nice to have you. Glad that you enjoyed the meditation. Asmita, thank you so much for this beautiful meditation and session. I feel it was much needed to take me back to the penthouse. Yeah, we need to stay up in the penthouse and just don't come down. Absolutely. All right, everybody. Lots of love and lots of good wishes and pure feelings. And just give Baba some more attention. Just give Baba some more attention. Your eyes will start to sparkle. Your smile will be gentle. Your heart will be full. Your environment will feel safe. Your strength, your power will be clear. All right? So lots of love and take good care. Hi, Jennifer Scotland. Good night. See you all tomorrow. Om Shanti.